you're going to see a whole series of these actors get crushed to zero over the next few months. It's like taking a big spatula from the sky and scraping all the crap out of the market. And it's going to happen very, very quickly. It's impossible to know, where the bottom is. But I would say this, I don't believe we've seen the bottom yet.
Welcome to Dream Richer. Do you think we have seen the bottom of the bear market? According to Kevin O'Leary, the answer is a big no. As he speculates, Bitcoin is yet to see much lower prices before it finally starts moving up in the coming bull market. But when will this bottom come? For this, Mr. Wonderful argues that a big player needs to go to zero. This is what you call order out of chaos. We recently saw Voyager Digital Broker go bankrupt, but according to Mr. Wonderful, they are a small player. And a much bigger player must go to zero to create a panic event, which will force the market to hit new bottoms. As far as the bankruptcy of Voyager Digital goes, their customers are being told that they can no longer retrieve their money. Voyager Digital disclosed on Wednesday that it filed for bankruptcy on Tuesday with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York. The bankruptcy petition comes a week after the company froze withdrawals, trading, and deposits as it sought further time to consider available options. Since the beginning of 2022, Voyager's shares have lost over 98% of their value. By the end of this video, Mr. Wonderful argues why he is still more bullish on crypto than ever, despite all the panic events that are yet to come. If you find the video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it.
Now, what you're going to find in this situation is many crypto operators, particularly lending platforms, have never operated it with such volatility before. So they were in the slow growth from Bitcoin, almost a decade ago, from $800 all the way to $60,000. And all along the way, some of them became really aggressive in using leverage, which is the traditional hedge fund model. Now, what happens, and this happens in equities, it happens in bonds, it happens in real estate, it happens in crypto. Crypto's the Johnny-come-lately new asset class with a whole lot of newbies in it. You're going to see a whole series of these actors get crushed to zero over the next few months. The great news about this and why this is so good for the market and how this helps the crypto market is it educates the business models that aren't going to work. So it's like taking a big spatula from the sky and scraping all the crap out of the market. And it's going to happen very, very quickly. So anything that was built on, a business model that is not going to work or can't sustain volatility is going to be gone. And it's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's going to leave the industry much stronger. Yes, we must mourn the investors that got wiped out to zero, but even they are better off in the sense that they've been educated.
So how do we protect ourselves even with public financials?
You own crypto without leverage and you understand your counterparty risk. Don't worry, by the time all the litigation is over from all these bankruptcies, you'll know everything about everybody. Lawyers are really good at doing that. And there'll be tons of class action, if not just straight on litigation, to go after any assets they can get. And that is sort of, when a fish dies in the ocean, it goes to the bottom and that protein is reprocessed by slugs. And I'm not saying lawyers are slugs. They have more than single cell proteins, but they know how to get the last drop of any value there, and they're going to get it. It's going to take 5 to 7 years, but all of this is good. So when I hold crypto, and I know it's very volatile, I have zero leverage in any of my positions because I know tomorrow morning I could wake up down 38% in any token, any coin, any project. And really, that's exactly what's happened. So, but if you put on leverage, you learn the very, very important lesson. You go to zero.
One of the biggest reasons why we will see big players go to zero comes down to one single word: leverage. A volatile market such as crypto must take on leverage very carefully to avoid liquidation of position. Bitcoin traders liquidated roughly $12 billion in levered positions last week as the price of the cryptocurrency spiraled. This mass exodus wiped out about 800,000 crypto accounts. Leverage in the crypto markets, particularly on the retail side, has been a big theme that aggravates volatility. Mark Cuban also weighed in on the crypto leverage situation in one of his tweets, saying, "The levered markets get crushed. Doesn't matter what the asset is. Stocks. Crypto, debt, houses. They bring forced liquidations and lower prices. And crypto has the same problem.
So what I'd like to see happen here is that we regulate stablecoins first because of their utilitarian value within the crypto universe, and that get done in this calendar year. And the reason that might happen is Toomey is retiring, and he is a driving force, as you know, on the Hill, and is really behind this momentum and this bill and has lots of support from both sides of the aisle. So I think that's good. Now, obviously, what happened to Luna is an example of what not to do. So again, a sad situation, billions lost, but a great education to the market. Algorithm-based stablecoins, nah, I don't think we're going to do that again. I'd rather see something backed by US dollar or assets that are very liquid that can have duration less than 12 months. So that makes sense to me. So at the end of the day, the bad ideas get, removed by the big spatula. And again, it's unfortunate for those investors that didn't think it through, but not all stable coins are alike. It's impossible to know where the bottom is, but I would say this, I don't believe we've seen the bottom yet, and I have a different view of it. I go back again to other asset classes that I've invested in for decades. In every case, traditional bonds, traditional equities, real estate, alternative asset classes, bottoms are reached with an event, a panic event, as I call it. And you can find it in every asset class. Back in the hedge fund days when they started gating, these large multi-billion-dollar hedge funds that gated, shut down their liquidity, caused panic, and you saw bottoms in equities as they were being liquidated. There's long-term, was one of the classics in the last couple of decades. It was a fund that was over-levered and blew up. We haven't seen that yet in crypto land. There's no big guy has gone to zero yet, and I think that's still to come. Hard to say who it is because it's going to be because of leverage and some kind of relationship in a counterparty holding that they have not disclosed. And I'm just speculating right now, but that would be very healthy for the market to have that happen. Voyager's too small, it doesn't matter. The rest of these guys were kind of irrelevant in terms of total market cap. Bitcoin and the crypto market itself has almost been cut in half in total market cap. And so you would think we're on our way to the bottom, but I like a big panic event. That's always been a great way to bottom. It's towel throwing, it's capitulation, it's massive volume, it's total panic in the streets, and always a great buying opportunity.
It's clear from Kevin O'Leary's explanation that Bitcoin is yet to see its bottom. Like a phoenix out of the ashes, a major panic event must occur that creates fear in the streets. Once chaos has been created, only then will a bull market restore order to the financial market. One of the biggest driving factors for this panic event will be excessive leverage, which will leave many banks and many crypto lending platforms bankrupt. Hence, until capital requirements and regulations are introduced, we will continue to see more businesses and retail investors be enticed to take on more and more leverage to generate more returns. And when the market turns, we'll see them go to zero. Do you agree with Kevin O'Leary's explanation? Let us know in comments below. To watch the latest crypto news, watch these videos here.